Hi lockdown friends, it's me again, Michael Wagner, with another story for you. This is a picture book called Why I Love Footy, and it's illustrated by Tom Jellett. Oh my goodness, what a job he did on this one. He always does a good job. He did a great job on Goodnight Little Tough Guy, he did a great job on Why I Love Summer, and he's done a really great job too on Why I Love Footy, as you'll see. Now, you might be able to tell who I barrack for by this scarf. This is a clue, right? These colours are black and these bits are white. Yeah, sorry, I do barrack for Collingwood. But look, the little family in this book, they barrack for Sydney. Sydney, not Collingwood. Guess who barracks for Sydney around here? Anyway, why I love footy. There are a bazillion reasons to love footy. These are just my biggest ones. I love getting ready for the game. I put on my jumper, I grab my cap, Mum helps me with my scarf. There's Mum helping with the scarf. I managed to put this on all by myself. Getting to the game is fun. We drive to the station and catch the train. Me, Mum, Dad and my big sister stick close together. Everyone in the train is excited about the footy. We can't go to the footy at the moment because of the lockdown, but you know, it'll come back soon enough. We'll all be able to go to the footy again soon. Can't wait. Walking to the ground is a big hurry. Dad buys the Footy Record. Now that's the magazine that has like news about the game and all the players listed in it, and you can put into the Footy Record, you can write down who's kicked the goals and the points and things. So I always like to get the Footy Record on the way. It's called different things in different states. That's what it's called in Melbourne. It has all the players in it, just like I said. There's a page to write down the goals, which I also just said. Dad knows just where to sit. We like it on the wing and right up close. The wing is this sort of side of the ground or that side of the ground. They like to be up close to the action, so do I, because you can kind of almost hear the bumps, and sometimes you can even hear the things the players are saying to each other, which I think is really interesting personally. Look, here they are sitting up here in this corner and they say, we might even be able to hear the players. I hope so, says the little guy. The mascots are funny, but our mascot is the funniest. Well, I don't think so. I think that mascot is the funniest. When the banner is up, we sing our team song. I know all the words now. Do you know all the words to your club's team song? I know all the words to the Collingwood team song, but I don't know all the words to every other team song. Every week we play a different side. When the umpire holds up the ball to start the game, it is so exciting I can hardly sit in my seat. I know that feeling. I love to see our team kick goals. Well, who doesn't love to see that? What a shot, says someone in the crowd. Best goal ever, says Dad. I don't believe it, says someone else. And I love the tackles. Got him. Oh, that was awesome, Dad. How quick is he? Yes, says someone else in the crowd. At halftime, we need a rest from all the action and some tasty footy food. I mean, who doesn't like tasty footy food? Look at all the things you can get. You know, it varies a little bit from state to state what you can get, but these are the sorts of things you can get around Australia. Pie and sauce, sausage roll, tea and coffee, that's just for the grown-ups. Hot chips and sauce, hot dog and mustard, yeah, that's a good one. Nuggets, gozlemi, and donuts. But, you know, chips are my favourite. I put tomato sauce on mine. My big sister likes nuggets best. When we're full, the game starts again. Big marks are the most amazing thing of all. Did you see that? Says Dad. What a specky, says the boy. And look at all these different marks that are being taken. I've seen millions of unbelievable speckies. Look at those. Do you have a best specky? You know it's called specky because that is short for spectacular. So it's a spectacular mark, which is just cut down to a specky. Do you have a favourite specky of all time? I've got a few. There's some good Collingwood ones that I think I'd put up there in my favourites of all time. And unfortunately, there are some that were taken against Collingwood players. They're my least favourite of all time. When the game is nearly over, you still don't know who is going to win. It gets scary. It gets so scary. I can't look, says this big sister. Oh no! Everyone is scared because the game could go either way or even end in a draw. Winning is the greatest feeling of all. Everyone gives me a high five. We all sing the club song. I feel proud. I like it when my team wins too. Losing is not good. Sometimes I cry, but then Dad hugs me and says, there's always next week. And soon I feel better again. One of the good things about football is it teaches you to cope with losing. And I think that's kind of good because sometimes you do lose in life. And it's good to be able to know that there's always next week. We have a kick after the game. My big sister is way too rough. I run around Dad. He tries to catch me. I always get away, but Mum can catch me. She's a good tackler. Look at Mum tackling the little fella. They're on the train going home now. On the train home, I listen to all the fans. Sometimes they're saying how we can get better. I try to understand. On the car radio, they say who the best players were. And here he is listening to the radio and he says, that's what I thought too. When we get home, I sit on the floor with my footy cards. We watch the game all over again. I try to spot us in the crowd. We were about there. There we are. They've seen themselves in the crowd at the footy. Has that ever happened to you? Have you seen yourself in the crowd at the footy? I have. At bedtime, Dad and I have one last chat about the game. I hope we win the granny. That's short for grand final. Me too, says Dad. When the light is out, I dream about my favourite players and how we might win the premiership one day and how I might grow up to be a great footy player too. And look, that's him all grown up as a great footy player who's won the premiership. So that's why I love footy, and I always will. I will always love footy too. And look at these end papers. These are all scarves. Can you see your team's scarf in those end papers? Well, they're going to be in there somewhere. That is Why I Love Footy by me, Michael Wagner, with amazing illustrations by Tom Jellett. I hope you enjoyed this story. I'll be back soon with another story to read you. And they're all available on YouTube as well. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.